Well, hello there, friends and family. I'm back today. Now, if you haven't watched my previous video that I just released early this Sunday morning, that talked about the 3 U.S. patients that have been released from the hospital. And this started on February the 4th when the first patient was released from Everett, Washington Hospital, but was placed in isolation at his home and was going to be continued to be monitored by that state's public health officials. Then I also spoke about 2 other patients that were released in Chicago, and they also were placed in isolation at their homes and would continue to be monitored by Federal Center for Disease Control and Prevention, as well as the Illinois Public Health Department officials. Neither of the articles that I brought up last night said anything about them being recovered. And as you know, even into late last night, when I finally finished that video and uploaded it, this particular site we're looking at right now from John Hopkins, I showed you as I closed the video that it still didn't show them as being recovered patients. Now understand this is Sunday, and it's 4:28 Central Standard Time in the U.S., and something amazing has happened. Now consider it's Sunday afternoon. And we're going to go back up here to the right. Total recovered up here in the far right hand corner. And like I described last night, nowhere in this column were the patients shown to have been listed as recovered. And through the course of today, off and on, as I've been doing chores and other things, I've came back, sat at the computer, and I have refreshed the site. The first time I did it was when I first got up this morning, and it showed being updated at 9:22 a.m. Here again I checked to see, just for kicks and giggles, to see if over here in this far right hand corner under total recovered, that these people shown up. But when I sat down here a few minutes ago, refreshed the site, which shows right down here in the bottom left hand corner that this was last updated today, 2/9/2020 at 2:33 p.m. Now let's scroll down and let me show you something. And what we have right here, notice it right here, 2 recovered. Chicago, Illinois, U.S. Then if we come down, 1 recovered, Seattle, Washington, U.S. Now, like I said, it's Sunday afternoon. These were not showing up at 9:22 a.m. Now, that being said, I think we all know, for the most part, most federal government agencies, as well as most university staff and that, are not at work on Sunday. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's my growing mistrust of our government, but I find it highly funny that here on Sunday afternoon, all of a sudden, after I did that lengthy video questioning why were those 3 patients released from the hospital but still had to remain in isolation at home, as well as I questioned why were they still going to be monitored by both federal and state health officials. And here this afternoon, as you can see, magically, those 3 patients show up. So, is that the true case? Are these 3 people truly recovered? And if so, are they now released from being told to remain in isolation in their homes? Are they free to go about their daily lives? Are they going to discontinue monitoring these patients? The question now will remain is, will anybody in mainstream media or anybody, and this is a call out to all of y'all social media outlet journalists out there, can anybody go by and confirm if these people are actually going to remain in isolation, or are they free to carry on their daily activities, go back to their jobs, and live life? Because indeed, now they're listed as recovered. So if indeed they are recovered and no longer a threat to the population of the U.S., wouldn't that mean they would be able to go out into the public at large? That's the question I present to you this afternoon. So if anybody's in those areas and go by and investigate this and report on it, or get that information back to me, I'd be more than glad to do another video follow-up. I just thought this was so strange this afternoon that all of a sudden, poof, here they are. And I guess you have to ask yourself why, if the first patient from Everett, Washington was released on the 4th, I do a video on the evening of the 8th that took 4 times to finally get it uploaded and put out on YouTube. Here we are on the 9th, and now they've listed that one patient from Everett, Washington being recovered. Now, here again, the 2 patients that were released to home isolation and monitoring in Chicago, that was only on the 7th, morning of the 7th. But here again, on a Sunday afternoon, they now show as recovered. I just thought it was, at the very least, interesting, at the very worst, strange. I'll leave it with you and view your thoughts in the comments below the video. So there you have it. Now, our 3 patients that were released to home isolation and monitoring are now shown recovered. And I hope indeed they are. And I hope indeed they are no longer infectious and no longer pose any type of threat to the U.S. population at large. And that's all I have for you this afternoon. Just thought I'd jump on real quickly, do this quick update, get it out to you so I can see your thoughts tonight. With that all said, till I see y'all on the next video, y'all take care, stay safe out there, and God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye for now.